Hi guys, so I wanted to do this quick video to go over the wholesaling process. You're going to kind of see me looking around because as always I am doing a million things. Anyway, I am so happy, I am so excited that you ladies have joined me. And hopefully I can take you to that next level and get you closing deals if you haven't already. If you already have closed the deal, maybe you'll learn something that you haven't heard anywhere else. So the reason why I named the group Wholesaling Queens is because mostly out here in the real estate game, you know, it's male dominated. And then they don't talk about a lot of the things that I've experienced in wholesaling. I never see the guys talking about tying up your hair when you're going out to a vacant, distressed property or anything like that. So anyway, that's why the name of this group is oh my god, this is live, y'all. That's why the name of this group is Wholesaling Queens, because it's all about the ladies. I just wanted to take a handful of ladies, share my information in a group format, and be able to help somebody get this and understand this, because if you learn this, it's a huge opportunity wherever you are in the United States. It's a huge opportunity to make extra money doing part-time work. So anyway, the wholesaling process. Okay, so I have my screen set up here, but my PowerPoint is not one. Give me 1 second because I want to go through all the key points just to put it out there. And please utilize YouTube, even with all the information that I'm giving you. Utilize YouTube for the things that you don't understand. I don't want anybody posting in this group every day, oh, I got a seller, I don't know what to do, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Before you ask anything, the smartest thing you can do is research it for yourself. Because one, I mean, y'all saw the Players Club, and, you know, Diamond said it best. Don't trust anyone's information but your own. And of course, we don't have all of the information, but we do have the ability to research. So, okay, my computer's trying to play me. It's not opening my PowerPoint. Hold on, y'all. Let me get this. Okay. So, what is wholesaling real estate? Really? It's still loading. I thought it was up already. Come on. I'm actually headed out with my boss right now to do some work, and I won't be back until 6 o'clock, so I need to get this done before he's ready. Oh my gosh. It opened up the wrong PowerPoint. Okay, y'all, 1 second. And this is just going inside this group. This won't be on YouTube, or, you know, maybe the edited version, because, like, they really trying me right now. Really trying me right now. Wholesaling. This lets you guys know I'm always working on classes. Like, I'm looking at 20 different PowerPoints. I'm literally looking at 20 different PowerPoints that are courses. So anyway, I'm so excited to have a platform to give this information away to some ladies who can really use my help, because I connect with the ladies, because I am one. And I just opened up the wrong PowerPoint again. This really sucks. Okay, y'all, one more time. Like, basically 3 minutes of me opening up a PowerPoint. Okay, one more time. I should probably start this over, but I don't have the time. Okay. What It's wholesaling real estate. Nope, that's the same one I already clicked on. You're not gonna trick me. Okay, 5 minutes have gone by. Okay, y'all. Okay. Wholesaling real estate. Okay, so I normally start off with this about the author type deal. I'm not going to do that. We are going to get right into the business. So in wholesaling, I like to call myself a community investor. I don't call myself a wholesaler, but I mean, you could call me a wholesaler because I use the strategy. I have used the strategy, and I've made plenty of checks from it. So, you know, it's not what they call you, it's what you answer to. So anyway, I like to call myself a community investor because I'm doing a valuable job. I'm not just out here getting people out of their homes for cheap. Like, I'm solving a problem. The homes that I go after are sitting vacant. And that's just my strategy. There's a lot of different strategies out here, and we will explore some of the new strategies. But I want to talk about the initial strategy that I got started on, the old strategy, which is finding distressed properties. Those are homes that have been sitting vacant, homes that may have storm damage, fire damage, whatever the case may be. The home is pretty much unoccupied. The seller is not in the home, often not even in the picture. A lot of times these homes could have been inherited by a child that lives away in Florida, and now they don't want to live in Elizabeth City, or they don't want to live in Durham. So now they have this property and they're not keeping up the maintenance on it. They don't know what to do with it. So these are the homes that we are tackling. That's why I say we are providing a very valuable job, because one, when these homes sit vacant, they are actually bringing down the property values of other homes. So we definitely want to eliminate that. So anyway, community investor, get familiar with that term, because that's what we are. We are community investors. We are investing in the community. We are getting vacant homes sold, and we are getting them returned to their useful life in the real estate market. Okay. The business of wholesaling. This is all in the PowerPoint. As a matter of fact, I think I posted this PowerPoint, and this was the one that I told you guys I had to talk over. So you can pull that out to fill in the gaps if you need to. Building a solid team. We're not going to go over that one. Learning objectives. I want to let you guys know about the procedure, the technologies that you can use in doing the procedure, the policies and rules and laws, the benefits, and then getting paid. That's basically what we're going to talk about. So what is wholesaling real estate? In a nutshell, wholesaling involves finding motivated sellers who have bargain real estate deals we can purchase at a fraction of the price. So you hear a lot of people explaining it in many different analogies, but wholesaling is basically getting something at a bargain price, and then you are marking up the price to make a profit. So if I was wholesaling hair, I would get it from a distributor for a certain price, and then when I put it in my store or when I'm on the street selling it to you, I would mark it up for a higher price. So once we make an offer on a property, we actually control the property and the price with our contract, while we market the home to our cash buyers or landlords who are always looking for these types of bargains. So in a nutshell, what we're doing is we are finding motivated sellers. These are the people who are away, people have passed away, people end up in a nursing home. Whatever the reason is, they cannot provide the upkeep as far as the maintenance and the taxes on these properties. So we are making an offer on the property, and then while we have an offer with the seller, the owner of the home, then we are marketing that contract to one of our cash buyers. Okay, so, and they're always looking for the deals, but they don't necessarily have the time to go out here and find deals. I was just talking to one of my friends who's an investor, and he's wanting to switch up his strategy. He has a lot of homes in one area, and it's been hard for him to get to them and maintain them and things like that. He's wanting to get some areas, some properties that are closer to him. So what I'm doing now is he has about 15 properties. So I'm going to be wholesaling all of those properties and helping him to find some closer to him. So, and I will, every deal that I'm working on, I'll be filling you guys in and letting you tag along the best way I can. If I have to go live, or I might just post about what I'm doing. But either way, I'm going to actually be showing you guys how I work actual deals, because I think that's going to be the most effective. I can get up here and talk real estate until I'm blue in the face. It's what I do. It's what I've done since 2007. So I don't want to do that. What I want to do is actually show you that it's possible. And if any of you guys are in my actual paid course, then you know I actually give you leads to work with me. So, but if you're not in my paid course, I just can't afford to do that, because then when I have people who pay me, you know, how am I going to help them make money? So anyway, the landlords and the people who have the money to buy cash, they are always looking for properties, but they don't have the time. Okay, so we sell to our cash buyers at a marked up price so that we can make a profit. I don't know if you saw my post yesterday, but I said something to the effect of profits are better than wages, because wages earn you a living, but profits make you a fortune, earn you a fortune. So we mark the houses up to our cash buyers for a profit. So, you know, our main goal is to make money, but at the same time, we want to leave something on the table for the cash buyer, because at the end of the day, they need that equity to make the deal make sense for them. And you guys will understand this more. You might not. This might sound like rambling, but you'll understand more as I post the glossary terms and all that. But I mean, this is not rocket science. I mean, a monkey could do it, you know. Seriously. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do to really get people on board. I'm gonna have to get a group of monkeys and train them on wholesaling. I think that'll get y'all excited. I'm just saying, that's just how I feel. Okay. So we talked about the process of wholesaling. And now let's talk about why. Okay, how do we control the property and the price of the property just because we made an offer? So here's the answer to that in a nutshell. Once we make an offer on a property, we have what's called equitable interest in the property. So we don't have any ownership rights. I can't move in that house. That's not my house. I don't own that house. It's not my house. Period. It will never be my house when I'm using the wholesaling strategy. Okay? It's not your house. Okay? When you have a contract on the house, you have what's called equitable interest in that house. This is what allows you to be able to do this without having a broker. If I have a car, I don't have to have a broker. If I own that car, I don't have to have a broker or a dealer to help me sell that car. If it's mine, then I can sell it to you. So the equitable interest is mine, and I can sell that equitable interest to you. When I say equitable interest, that's actually my position in the contract. So I don't get the house. When I get that seller under contract, it's not my house. I have a position on the contract where I'm able to buy this house for this price, okay? I've got this seller under contract, and they are going to sell me this house for $5,000 or $10,000, because, you know, I'm a negotiator, so my offers really resemble that, you know. So I just lost my train of thought, but okay, let me find it, y'all. Let me find it. Okay, so yeah, my position in the contract. So they've agreed to sell me this house for $5,000, and now I'm going to sell my position in the contract to you. So no, I'm not gonna buy this house, but let me sell you my whole contract. I can put your name where my name was on the contract. That's called assigning the contract. So now giving my equitable interest, I'm selling my equitable interest to the landlord or cash buyer, investor, whatever. I'm just taking my name off the contract and I'm putting their name on the contract. What I'm doing is assigning the contract. People who want properties for discounted prices, they will pay assignment fees for you to assign the contract, okay? I want to make this really plain, guys. All right. Okay, so we got the house under contract, right? We got equitable interest. We got a position in the contract, right? So now we want to sell that position. Okay, so briefly, if you were to go by the steps, and there's an infographic, and I did leave the PowerPoint in there, even though I told you guys I had to speak over it. The PowerPoint is in there, so that's what I'm following along with to do this brief overview. Okay, I'm looking at the infographic now. So the steps to wholesaling are: you find the house, you find the seller, and you make them an offer. You get the contract signed with the seller, right? You got to get your contract signed. Do not start reaching out to cash buyers if you don't even have your contract signed, or you're going to get, booted out of the deal. What's the song? Tooted and booted. Tooted and booted. Now listen, I've been tooted and booted out of a couple wholesale deals, and it is no fun. Like when you miss that $5,000 because you open your mouth, or you were too anxious to tell your investors, and they find a way to your seller. It's no crying. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. So anyway, get your contract signed with the seller and then start reaching out to your cash buyers, okay? Not before. You don't send your cash buyers anything. They are sneaky. They have money. And some people have that scarcity mindset. If they can get around you, they think they're saving, or they think they're going to get a better deal without you, they will go for it. So that's another thing, and we'll get further into that as we talk about team building. But you want to make sure that you build your cash buyer list with buyers who have some integrity. So it's important to get out to real estate meetups, get out and network, talk to people at church, in the grocery store, wherever. But make a face-to-face connection with people so that you're building a relationship. That's really important, really important. So anyway, get the contract signed with the seller when you find the house. Get that contract signed, and then send an email to your cash buyers. Don't put it on Craigslist yet. You send the email to your cash buyers, because you should already have a strong team of cash buyers. You really shouldn't even have to post on Craigslist. But if the deal is kind of shaky, or the house is not in a good condition, then it may take longer and you may have to utilize Craigslist. But anyway, after you market to your cash buyer, then you come to terms with them. You work out a deal. So I got the seller on the contract for 10. I'm going to tell my cash buyer like 5,000, because I'm not a greedy person. I want the investor to get that equity in the deal, because if I make sure he has equity, guess what? Anytime I send him a deal, he's going to look at it right away, and we have that relationship building up. So he trusts me, I trust him, Anyway, so work out the terms with your cash buyer. Then set up the closing with the closing attorney, because in North Carolina, we use closing attorneys. We don't use the title or escrow companies for closing. So, and the good thing about that is when you use a closing attorney, I normally, as soon as I get the seller in the contract, I go ahead and send that contract to the closing attorney then, because when I do that, the closing attorney, he's going to make sure that title work is straight. It ain't going to be no get to closing, the seller owe $2,000 more on a lien we didn't know about. It's not going to be any of that, because that closing attorney, he knows that his check is dependent on this title being clear. So he's going to do that off the gate, and he's not going to charge you up front for it. So as soon as I get my sellers on the contract, I then send my contract to the closing attorney, and I let him know that I'm going to be assigning it to a buyer. And normally I don't even sign my assignment contract until the closing. But I mean, you can do it before, but with my cash buyers, like I said, we have a relationship. So, you know, they're not out to get me, and I'm not out to get them. So, you know, set up the closing with the attorney. And then the next step is cash your check. You always want to make sure that the attorney writes your assignment fee from his trust account, and you want to take it to his bank to cash it. They might charge you like, you know, a small fee, but you know me, when I'm getting $5,000, you know, what's $8? You feel me? Like, can give me my other money, you know, keep the little 8, I'm straight. So anyway, that's it in a nutshell. So that's the process. There will be so much more information to support all of this, but I told y'all right after I decided to start this free group, I ended up moving and taking on this big assignment that takes up all my time, and it's worth all my time. So like my mentor told me, you know, it's a lot of people are going to need your help, but it's not about the people who need your help. It's about the people who deserve your help. So that's why I made this wholesaling group for ladies. Because yeah, a lot of people need my help. People message me all day. They think I'm just, you know, this free resource of information and I don't do anything but sit and answer questions. But honey, you know, that is a lie. Like, she is getting her life daily. Like, I am in the streets working, learning something new because of what my mentor is needing me to do. So, you know what they say, if you want to make your dreams come true, first you got to make somebody else's dreams come true. So, you know, I'm in the streets daily working, and, you know, I love the ladies so much. I still stay up. Like, after I've been up 15 hours, I still stay up and go over stuff that I'm going to put in this group because I really want to help you guys succeed. I want somebody to get this real estate bag. You know, I don't have the team. I don't have the resources. I'm all over North Carolina. So as for me, I had to realize, okay, you know, you're doing this just part-time. So you have to focus on your other stuff. So I'm hoping to build a strong enough team of ladies and enough people taking my course to where I can give y'all my leads. Because like right now I have 50 leads that have to be worked. Am I just going to give them to anybody? Am I going to give them to people, you know, who haven't paid to be in my course? You know, that includes my coaching. I mean, I don't feel like I should do that. I was thinking about for you guys that I'll do like a weekly lottery or something, or a weekly Q&A or some type of contest where whoever wins will get to work that lead. But, you know, it's not that type of party because I put like a lot of hard work into this. So that's the purpose of the free group, because I do want to give back and I love teaching this. And again, I do want to see some ladies succeed. But yeah, so you know, you can help 1,000 people, but you cannot carry 3 people on your back. That is what I cannot think of his name, but anyway, it was a great analogy about helping people, like our family and friends. Oh yeah, everybody needs our help. They need our help, but do they deserve our help? Often the answer to that is no. They don't deserve our help. They need our help. So we have to break it down. You know, we're not worried about those who need our help. We're looking to help those who deserve our help. So anyway, that was the process. I'm going to talk a little bit about GPS goal paying steps, because this is one of the things that my mentor did when I was first learning wholesaling, and he told me to look at it like GPS goal paying steps. So the G is for goal. What is the goal that you have? Like, what are you trying to accomplish? More money, more trips, more bags, booths, whatever. Like, what's the goal? What are you wanting to do? Okay, next is the P, pain. What's the pain that you feel because you haven't met that goal? Pain. Okay, and then S steps. What steps can I take now to meet the goal and end the pain? So for me, when I first learned wholesaling, and my mentor, he taught me the same analogy. I paid $500 for the online course, took the course, and he gave me leads to work. The same. That's why I do that for my students, because that's the way I learn. And I think it keeps them more motivated when they have something to work on. They're not coming in having to do everything from scratch. You know, they can actually work on stuff that I'm already working on, which helps me while I'm helping them, actually. But anyway, so the goal that I had was moving out of my house. I was buying a house. I was doing a lease purchase, which I just call it that, but it was a simultaneous contract where I was purchasing the house and I also had a lease on the house. So to get my money up, I was renting 2 of the rooms out. And it ended up in disaster. A girl that I attempted to help, she didn't want to leave the house when I lost my job and all this kind of stuff, and it was just crazy. So I had to find a whole nother house after getting fired and not having no money and dealing with this girl having to file eviction papers and all that. So it was like one of the it was like a championship game. Like it was no way I could lose. So the goal for me back then was making enough money to get a house for me and my kids. The pain was the fact that, you know, my son had just overdosed on Tylenol after losing his dad. They were all just, you know, everything was so fresh with their dad. And I'm like, you know, I've just lost 2 houses. Like, what in the world? And I was like, I gotta make this check so that I can get a house. And so that was the pain. The steps for me to accomplish the goal and end the pain, the steps were taking that course and then following the strategy and the roadmap that my mentor set out for me. So taking those steps is what caused me to accomplish that goal and end the pain. And I did it. Within 45 days, I made $10,000. So yes, I went and dropped that $1,800 on the new place we moved into, cable, you know, all that for my kids. I don't even watch TV, but, you know, I did it. So I know, like, you know, that's why when you see me post, I'm like, no, I need that lady who she has to make a check. Like, she has to turn this into something. Like, she's not gonna play with it, because I'm like, I'm putting out my free information, my heart and soul. You know, I've been cheated out of money so many times in the real estate business just trying to help people. And, you know, so I really had a bad taste in my mouth for giving out information and trying to help people. So this is me coming back around, strategizing, brainstorming, looking at how other people are making moves in this market and still helping people. And so kind of watching them, I figured out, you know, that I could do this free Facebook platform. So understand that, you know, this is out of love and me being a woman, having to start over many times, just going through so much different stuff in life. Like, I always was in real estate and I always was able to make a check and, you know, get back on my feet. So this is the same thing, but you don't have to have a license, which is why I actually love wholesaling. Because before, I used to try to get everybody to get a license, and I still think you should get your real estate license because it's going to open way more doors for you. The reason why I took off as a wholesaler was because of my real estate background and knowing how to negotiate and all these different things, reading contracts. It's so much stuff you guys can learn from me because, you know, like, I really do this. Like, it's like second nature. Like, I love it. So anyway, goal paying steps. We went over that. What else can I tell you guys? Goals, have some goals. I'm talking about some immediate goals. Like, I want to close the house in 30 days. I need you to write that down. I want to close 3 houses in 60 days. I want to close 5 houses in 90 days. Write those goals down because I want some stuff that we can check off our list. You know what I'm saying? I want to get 300 to invest in a course or invest in a mentor. I want you to write that down and check it off. You know, we need some goals that we are measuring and that we are timing. Like, you can't just be all willy-nilly. So the first thing we want to do in getting started, we want to find some vacant houses. Okay, so before we even can worry about finding the seller, let's focus on finding the vacant houses. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of examples to do that, and then I am going to let you go. Okay, so one of my favorite strategies, the biggest checks I've closed in this business, was from a strategy, or a technique called driving for dollars. Okay, driving for dollars is simple. You're gonna get in your car and you can stick to an area that's close to you. I can show you how to find zip codes where the cash buyers are really buying. We can go through all that, but really when I got started, I didn't do any of that. I just got in my car and I drove around. Everywhere where I went, I made time to drive for dollars. So this is one thing that I need to email you guys, the property lead sheet and the log where you can write your homes down. But right now, just get a notebook. Like I have several notebooks, but this is like my new wholesaling notebook. So all the leads that I have, I put them in here, and I pretend like it's gonna close just because I put it in my magic lead book. So anyway, get you a notebook, and when you're out driving, what you're gonna do is look for signs that the house might not be getting the maintenance. So you're going to look for high grass, any visual signs of storm damage. You're going to look for mail or newspapers piling up. You're going to look for any signs of disrepair, broken boarded windows, foreclosure notices, visual signs of fire damage, code enforcement, or the little code enforcement signs. Those are my favorite. So these are all the signs that you look for when driving for dollars, and all this information is in a post. I'm gonna have to bring the post over to the unit, but all this is in the PowerPoint, what to look for when you're driving for dollars. So that's the first thing that you guys need to do. Get out there and start looking for vacant homes. Another thing you can do, and this is just for my advanced ladies that are really ready to do something, Google your county and find out how the code enforcement department works. So for the city of Greensboro, they've given me lists of homeowners they know want to sell because they aren't able to do the maintenance on the property, so they've gotten a code violation sign. A code violation is just when your grass is high or there's some type of repair, junk in the yard or something, and the city will fine you, and they'll keep on fining you if you don't correct the issue. So code violations are a good way to drive for dollars without even getting in the car. Winston-Salem, they have sent my nonprofit a whole entire spreadsheet of 500 vacant homes that they have logged in the city. Charlotte, North Carolina, you can actually go online, and any house that has a code violation, they actually have it posted. So Google your county and see if you can find the code enforcement department and the head code enforcement officer. Now you're gonna have to work on your finessing, because you just can't call like, oh, I want all the vacant houses. Call like you're solving a problem. Call asking about the problem. Do you know the vacancy rate of homes in the area? I noticed a lot of vacant homes. Do you guys track these? I'm working with a team of investors, and we're looking at the vacant properties in the county, and we want to know, if you guys are tracking them, if you can send us a list so that we can purchase some of them and get them turned back over into their useful life in the real estate market. So a lot of that finesse, you'll learn as you go along with me, but that's one strategy that you can use in reaching out to the code enforcement departments, and I'll elaborate a little bit on this later. But right now, I just want to make sure that you guys are doing something to find vacant house leads, and this is my favorite method. So before you even go posting ads on Craigslist, Facebook, and all that, start with driving for dollars, and it's going to teach you a lot because you're going to notice streets and areas that you probably never paid any attention to before, and it's going to start turning on your real estate receptors and get you used to being out in the field dealing with properties and things like that. So just make sure that you get out there and do it. Get your notebook, write down every house and take a picture. Don't approach any house just because it looks vacant, because it could be squatters or the house could be occupied. So you want to be safe, okay? So let's get out there and find some vacant homes. Let's Google our code enforcement department, see if we can find the officer, see if we can find any type of method, or some cities even have vacant house registries that banks require. Banks are required to list properties on once they become vacant. So, you know, it's opportunities out here, and we'll take advantage of the ones that's already here, and we'll also create some new ones. So that's it in a nutshell, guys. If you have any questions on this unit or on this video, please post in the group. I cannot respond to all these inboxes. My time is valuable, and I do want to help. So if you post in the group, some of my ladies have already closed deals because they came from another group, and so, you know, somebody will answer your question, but we have to do it this way so that I am able to help you guys. And then, you know, your question is probably a question that somebody else has as well, so I don't have to keep, you know, going all around the mulberry bush. So anyway, please, please, please post your questions about this video in the group, about anything that you see in the group. Please post it here, and I'll make sure that you get answered. And the real estate meetup is tomorrow. I will be sending you guys the exact location. You know, it's in Kernersville, off of Kernersville Road, but just for safety reasons, I just want to make sure that, you know, I'm not just giving this address out all willy-nilly. This is something special, ladies. So, you know, I hope you guys join us at 1 p.m. tomorrow. And then immediately following our real estate meetup, we will attend a leadership class, because we are growing ourselves and we are growing our money. So that leadership piece is going to be much needed. So anyway, enjoy your Saturday, guys, and let's get this thing popping.